Alright guys, I've been driving this dirt road for about the last 5 minutes or so, and I found that because of the corrugations the car's been rattling quite a bit, and being an old leaf sprung vehicle, it can be quite bad. So yeah, just gonna air down the tires, not too much so the corrugations aren't too bad, but yeah, don't be lazy. If you want a bit more of a comfortable ride and a bit more traction, air down your tires. If you can't tell, the flies are starting to get bad now. Tires have been deflated, all 4 of them now. Yeah, just take your time when you're on the dirt roads. Obviously your tires are now deflated, so there's a bit of sideways movement on the tires and so on. It affects your handling and all that. Yeah, we all want to get back home safely, so yeah, take your time, drive slowly, drive carefully, and yeah, you'll see that you'll have a much more comfortable ride. Arrived at my campsite over here. The sun is pretty bright at the moment, so put up the 270-degree awning and just set up the camp. Took off everything off the roof, all the fishing gear and so on. Hopefully we can catch some squid over here. This place is called the Shed Campground, and it's about 10 to 15 kilometers of dirt road riding, pretty corrugated and windy and so on, so be prepared for that. But other than that, this place is absolutely beautiful. I'll show you guys around. I just saw a pod of dolphins swimming out in the bay over there. I'm going to be flying the drone and see if I can show you guys some interesting shots. Alright guys, I'm extremely happy right now. Just went out for a nice little fish, targeting some squid. It's very grassy, sandy, patchy in front of me, and yeah, caught myself quite a big one. I'm very happy about that, extremely grateful. There you go guys, that's dinner. You. So I'll be eating this evening for dinner, and I will be keeping that as bait. Sometimes at night you can see these little reflective lenses looking at you, and sure enough, it's a spider. You can see it. Not a too big one, but yeah, you can see them quite often all around. So this morning I went fishing, and after that I had some coffee, and right now I'll be filling this 15-kilogram sandbag just for some exercise. I just went for a short walk, and it must be some sort of structure that was built here back in the day. You can see people have camped here and made some fires and stuff. A lot of rubbish lying around. People really need to start picking up their rubbish, and some toilet paper and things like that. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera, but there's like this clear track going through here. I don't know if it's a snake or or what it is, because it kind of looks like there's some feet marks or something. Yeah, I'll keep my eyes out. Hey guys, sorry for the heavy breathing. I've just been running a bit and I've seen these tracks again, and I think it's a kangaroo. It's similar tracks to what I saw earlier, and I think what looked like a snake's, a snake moving, sailing across the sand. I think it's a tail rather of a kangaroo or a wallaby. But this, however, don't know if you can see that, that is a snake. So definitely need to watch out for them. If you're like me and you like to be barefoot, then one of the common hazards that you have to look out for is glass. Unfortunately, there's a lot of glass lying around, especially in free campgrounds and all of those sorts of things. Similar to this, you can see that lying around, and if you're barefoot like me, just went for a run, and you were to step on one of these things, especially that was easy to see, but especially if you step on one of those glass shards that you can barely see, it's barely visible sticking out of the sand. Yeah, obviously not only will it be very painful, but you'll be in danger, right? You need to get out from where you are, and in a remote area like this, where it's about 30 minutes on a dirt road. 30 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're bleeding, it can be an issue. And especially when you're by yourself, like myself now. Who's going to help me? I'll have to press the SOS button or something along those lines if the cut is deep enough. So yeah, just look out for those things if you're walking barefoot a lot throughout campgrounds and so on. Hey guys, I just went for a bit of a walk up the beach now, obviously rod in hand. Picked up some more trash, which I'll take back. It is feeling hot. Apparently it's supposed to be 30 degrees today, but it's feeling a lot warmer than that. Even more so when you're not next to the water. So yeah, I think I might go for a bit of a swim now, just to cool down. Morning guys, as you can see it's bright and early, just got up. Let's see if we can catch ourselves some yellowfin whiting. Ew! Look, there's a little shovel-nosed ray. Well, it looks like a shovel-nosed ray. I'll see if I can make him move. He definitely doesn't want to move, that's for sure. There he goes. Alright guys, just try to catch some fish. Caught 3 whiting. Unfortunately none of them were legal size. We'll be packing up camp now, potentially playing in some sand dunes. I haven't taken the troopy out onto the sand yet, so that'll be exciting. And then we'll try and see if we can find a new campground. This place has been fantastic. I've seen lots of different animals. Shovel-nosed ray just came in within a meter of myself. Stingray came past me maybe within 2 meters, and saw our dolphin friends again this morning. Look how weird this is. These are all like furry caterpillars or worms following one another. I almost drove over them. Look at that. How strange. Never seen that before. In case you guys didn't know, this campground where I was camping at is called The Sheds on York Peninsula. It's a free campground, and behind me is the reason why it's called The Sheds. It's quite eerie looking, especially when no one's around. And over there is another big shed. Alright, so I've come to a fairly steep sand dune over here. You can see a lot of cars have actually struggled to go up there. I'm going to be trying to go up it in high range first, for four-wheel drive high range. If that doesn't work, then I'll put it down in 4 low, just to see how far we get up this hill. Now, as I said earlier, I have owned this car for only about 6 months, 7 months now. I've done a lot of mechanical work on it and so on, but I haven't actually done a lot of four-wheel driving as such with it. I have done a lot of four-wheel driving in the past, but not with this car, so I don't know the capabilities with this car and with the weight and all of that. And it's always good to explore its possibilities within a controlled environment. I've got all the recovery gear here, so it shouldn't be an issue. So I've tried a few times now at going at this fairly steep sand dune. Yeah, unfortunately couldn't get up it, so that means that firstly I don't have enough power, maybe. Either it's me or there's too much pressure in the tires, so I'm going to let out a bit of pressure now and try and tackle it again and see how we go. Now guys, one thing that you have to keep in mind when you have air down your tires to such low pressures, I've gone down to 20 psi in the back and 15 psi in the front, it is possible to pop a bead. So try not to turn too quickly or do anything drastic, because obviously you have that issue to contend with then on the side of the road. So there you have it. I took a slightly less steep incline, gave it a bit more mumbo, and made it to the top, but unfortunately didn't get up that initial hill, which was the steepest one that I could find over here. So this morning we left a campsite called The Sheds, and we made our way into a little town called Munter just to air up the tires, just because the tires were deflated to go up the sand dunes and all that. And we've come down the peninsula to a campground called Gleason's. It is fantastically beautiful over here. It's a bit windy, but beautiful. I'll show you guys some drone footage of where I've set up camp. Alright guys, the craziest thing just happened. I came to the beach to try and catch some squid, and I lost my lure, and I've only got 2 lures here with me. Obviously I can go buy some more, but I'm at the bottom end of the York Peninsula, so it's quite tough to go and find it. And so I thought, stuff it, I'll go back to the troopy and go get the snorkel and so on. And before I left, I just marked an area on the beach, and I put my bag somewhere just so I can know more or less the line that I need to follow. And look, I found it! Can you believe? So I'm super stoked about that. Right guys, it is super windy here at Gleason's Bay, or Gleason's Landing campground. So I've packed up the troopy and we'll go exploring, see some other campgrounds and maybe some other towns that are nearby. There's not really much to do here other than trying to fish or just walking around on the rocks and so on. It's currently low tide. So I'm currently at Dali Beach at the moment, which is only about 30 minutes drive from Gleason's campground. It's a fantastically beautiful beach, proper surf beach, and I've spotted what looked like a black patch in the ocean. So this beach apparently is renowned for salmon fishing. I sent the drone up in the air, and I'll show you that now in a moment. And yes, it's salmon, so it looks like they might be coming closer to us, and I'll be trying to catch them later on. So yeah, it looks like they might be coming in closer to us, because at the moment it's a fair hike on the beach to get there. So I'll keep an eye out on them. If they do come closer, I'll stick around for a bit and see if we can catch Australian salmon. Guys, I've got 3 salmon head down into the sand just so that they can bleed out, and very happy with that. It was a big effort to get out here. Cars way over there, that might even be 2 kilometers from here. So spotted the school with the drone, decided to quickly run down, threw my bags down to try and chase after these things. I've caught 3 now. I'm not going to catch any more because I can't carry all of them. And yeah, finally time to turn on the freezer. So there you go guys, 3 nice little salmon. Morning guys. So last night was the last night in Gleason's Landing. This morning I packed up the troopy and had a nice coffee and sat on the cliffs. I'll be going to Marion Bay right now just to see a small little town, well the biggest town around this area, far down south in York Peninsula. And I think we'll go to a place called Pandalawi Bay in the national park down here. So I'm quite excited to see that too. Finally, we're in the southern tip of York Peninsula in the Dilba National Park. we'll be camping here for one night in the Pandalawi campgrounds. Currently I'm on the West Cape lookout point. I'll show you some videos of that shortly. And someone has actually started a little coffee shop over here, or a caravan with coffee making facilities in it. And yeah, I think I'll support them. So this is the West Cape lookout, and right over there you can see is a little caravan where they make coffee. Or banjo. Any of you know how to play the banjo? Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Now, I don't know too much about scorpions, but I reckon that one is probably not a very good one. Hello. Morning everyone. So just spotted a kangaroo and it's beautiful to see and so on. Just remember that even though they're in a campsite, they are used to people, so they are more tame, but they're still wild animals. So just be careful around them. Look at these ones, guys. Hey. Hey guys, so it's another day down here in York Peninsula in the national park. I'm currently just in the Inniston Heritage Complex, where they used to have a gypsum plaster factory. So the plaster factory is over there, or where it used to be, in the 1913s, and they've got a ton of these small little houses for short-term rental available, housing 8 people and so on. So if you do want to stay here, you're welcome to do so.